Bore da dosbarth porffor. Our first maths lesson of this week is to round 2 and 3 digit numbers. Now when we round numbers, we round to the nearest whole number. So we may round to 30, we may round to 100. And that makes it easier when we're adding or subtracting to work out the answer. Okay, so when we round numbers, when we look at a number, for example, if we looked at 37, we need to round that number to the nearest whole number. And the whole number either side of 37 would either be 30 or it would be 40. Okay, now when we do look at our rounding rules, all right, if a number ends with 4, 3, 2 or 1, then we have to round down to 30, for example. If the number ends with 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, then the number is nearer to the next whole number, so we round up. So if we have the number 37, 7 comes up under the round up section, so we have to round up to 40. Okay, but if we had the number 31, the number 1 comes under the round down section, so we'd have to round down to 30. Okay, so and that is rounding to the nearest 10. So we have to remember to always look at the end number to work out where we need to go. So if I gave you the number 52, the two whole numbers on the side of 52 would be either 50 or 60, and then we need to look, what number is 52 nearest to? Is it nearest to 50 or is it nearest to 60? If we look at our chart, we can see if the number 2 is the unit number on our 2-digit number, then we need to round down. So 52 would be rounded down to 50. Okay, the same would be if you were rounding to the nearest 10 on a 3-digit number. So if I had the number 127 and I wanted you to round to the nearest 10, you need to look at these two numbers here. So 127, the two whole numbers either side would either be 120 or would be 130. So you need to look, which one is it nearest to? Is it nearest to 130 or 120? If we looked at our 7, which is the last digit, it would tell me to round up. So 127 would be rounded to 130. And exactly the same process would go on if we were rounding to the nearest 100. So if we had the number 238, okay, the two whole 100 numbers either side of 238 would either be 200 or 300. Okay, now that we are rounding a 3-digit number, we need to look at this middle number here, the tens number. So where is 3? Is it rounding down or rounding up? Well, we need to round down. So 238 is nearer to 200. Whereas if I had written 258, then we would need to round up, and 258 would be rounded to 300. As I said before, the reason we do this is to make life easier for us, so that when we estimate, it's easier for us to estimate. So if I had the number 48, add 52, okay, if I was to round these numbers, 48 would need to be rounded up to 50, 52 would need to be rounded up down to 50, and it would give us 50 and 50. And if we double 50, we know that the answer is 100. So it is a approximation. It's not exact, but it makes it easier for us to work out numbers. There's a worksheet under the group 1 activities on our class page on the website. Again, remember, you don't need to print the page out. All right, you can use pen and paper and have it displayed on the screen, or alternatively you can use Microsoft Word. Okay, it's completely up to you. Remember though to download the Seesaw so I can check your work. Have fun, good luck.